It was supposed to be a regular day on the beat. Then again, as a police detective, regular was a relative term. Sometimes it seemed like every day was an adventure. Each work shift was filled with untold dangers. A veteran detective like Connor Smith had seen a lot during his time on the force. He hadn't seen everything, though. In his mind, that was a good thing. He had already stared down far more killers during his career than he ever thought he would. After all, Enchanted Bay was just a small town. Yet trouble took place here with disturbing regularity. That evening was no different. Even though Connor's police training had taught him to be prepared for anything, traffic stops were usually pretty predictable. Of course, there were some rare exceptions. As Connor pulled a red sedan over for blowing through a stop sign, he was hoping to just give the driver a ticket and move on. Up until that point, it had been a rather quiet shift for Connor. Those were his favorites. In his mind, stress was overrated. Before Connor got out of his vehicle to speak with the driver of the red sedan, he entered the license plate number into the motor vehicle database on his laptop. That was when he discovered that the car was registered to Walter Pierce. After doing a brief search for Walter's name in the police database, Connor discovered that the driver had a clean record. It was always nice to see when someone didn't have any outstanding warrants. With his searches complete, Connor got out of his car and began approaching the red sedan. That was when things got crazy. While Connor made his way to the driver's side window of the red car, he saw something suspicious in the side view mirror. Walter was holding a gun. At that point, the detective quickly realized that he was walking into a trap. Connor desperately wanted to take a few steps back to get out of the potential line of fire. Unfortunately, just as Connor began retreating, Walter looked at the side view mirror and spotted the detective backing away. Walter then took action. He poked his head out of the car, pointed his gun at Connor, and fired. During the split second that it took Walter to aim his gun, Connor was able to dive on the ground behind the car. From there, Connor came up with a plan. He was going to try to sneak around the back of the vehicle to the passenger side of the car. At that point, he would have the element of surprise on his side as he reached the passenger side window. With any luck, Connor could draw his pistol on Walter and bring the confrontation to an end. It turned out that luck wasn't on Connor's side, however. Just as he began to make his way over to the passenger side of the red car, Walter stepped on the gas pedal. In fact, Walter floored it. Connor wasn't about to let Walter get away. The detective aimed his gun at Walter's tires and fired a number of rounds. His shots were spot on. One of the bullets pierced Walter's back tire. The tire quickly deflated. With one of his tires going flat, Walter suddenly lost control of his vehicle. His red car ended up plowing into a nearby ditch. Connor cautiously made his way toward the car. He was ready for anything. He didn't want to have to fire at Walter, but he would if Mr. Pierce gave him no other choice. "Put the gun down and get out of your car with your hands up," Connor demanded. Rather than following Connor's orders, Walter poked his head out of the driver's side window and pointed his gun at the detective. "I'm not taking orders from anyone," Walter yelled. "Don't be a fool. You've already gotten yourself into enough trouble. Don't make things worse," Connor said. "Save your breath. I'm not dropping my gun." "Walter, think about what you're doing." "I'm not going to jail, that's for sure." "You're wrong about that. After what you just pulled, you're going to be spending a lot of time behind bars." "I'd rather die than go to jail." "Don't be crazy. Put the gun down." "Why? Because I have so much to live for? I know that isn't true. Going to prison would be hell." "I'm not going to sit here and argue with you all night. Put the gun down. Now." "Or what?" "I'll shoot you." "You're bluffing." "Try me." Walter stared Connor down. The perpetrator fell silent. He seemed to be weighing his options. Even though Connor wanted to end the standoff without any further violence, he wasn't going to wait around very long for a decision. Every second that ticked by was packed with more pressure than the last. Connor was doing his best to keep from sweating, but on the inside his muscles were about as tense as could be.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it. at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.